Week 2 of fantasy football is in the books, and now that we have a bigger sample size, we're able to more accurately rank these players rest of season. So what I'm going to do is break down my 5 biggest buy low candidates that I have coming into this week, and I'm going to tell you guys who I'm trying to sell for them, and of course who I'm trying to get. Starting off first, and possibly my favorite buy low player in the league, is Courtland Sutton right now. And while he's had a very bad week 2 and a kind of a disappointing season, the Broncos as a whole have honestly looked bad. Do I think Courtland Sutton's going to be that low-end wide receiver 1, high-end wide receiver 2 we predicted coming into the season? No, I don't. Do I think he's a very high-end flex option rest of season? Yes, I do. If you can plug Courtland Sutton in at your flex, I think that's a great option, especially in a 2-flex league. If this is your second flex, if you can go out and trade somebody on your bench like Keenan Allen, who's had 2 good weeks, DeAndre Hopkins, who's had 2 good weeks, maybe Rashid Shaheed. For Sutton, I like Sutton way over those guys the rest of season, so that's who I'd be trying to trade away to get Courtland Sutton. I believe in the talent that the Broncos have, and I believe in Bo Nix enough to say that I don't think this Broncos offense will look this bad forever. They just have to put it together pretty soon. My next buy low receiver is going to be McConkey. And like Brian Thomas Jr., Ladd has been in an offense so far that has really spread out the passing volume. And while this does worry me a little bit, and I have moved them down my rest of season rankings, I haven't moved them down as much as the consensus has, which is why I think they're still a great buy low target. As some of you guys know already, I was able to get McConkey by trading Zay Flowers for him straight up, and I still think McConkey is better than Zay Flowers rest of season. Another guy who I still think is better than Ladd rest of season would be like a Jacoby Myers. So let's try to sell Myers for Ladd after this big week. So it's just depending on how reactive your league is, but I think Ladd is still going to be the alpha here throughout the season. He hasn't found the end zone yet, and we've seen his floor, I think. So that's a pretty safe floor. Now it's time to see his upside. I do like Ladd more than he's shown moving forward. My next buy low is going to be Trayvon Henderson. And Henderson had a pretty expensive price coming into the season after a great preseason and what looked to be like a home run situation. But after 2 kind of dud games, Henderson's fallen off, especially in week 2 where he only got 5 touches, didn't see too much involvement. And I'm not saying go out and same thing, pay RB1, pay RB2 price for Henderson. That's not what I'm saying. But if you can get him for a flex option, if you can sell one of your RBs that's been performing high so far and be able to pick up Henderson, that would be a great opportunity. Somebody like Javonte Williams, who has started off this season looking very good. I, of course, expect his production to fall off down the line, and I only expect Henderson to get better. So we're looking ahead. We're looking for fantasy playoffs. By the time fantasy playoffs comes around, Henderson is going to be a home run. Henderson's going to be a smash hit. He'll have the entire backfield, whereas Javonte Williams probably will not be. He's pretty touchdown reliant. Javonte Williams isn't a bad flex option, but not what Henderson's probably going to be. Another one of my favorite buy low targets is going to be Terry McLaurin. Now, obviously, Terry has not had a great start to the season, but has anybody really expected him to have a great start to the season? I mean, he didn't play all summer. He was holding out for that contract. Debo and Jaden Daniels had time to get some chemistry going before Terry McLaurin came back, but I think it's only a matter of time before Terry comes back and starts establishing himself as the alpha in this offense. Now, am I saying Terry McLaurin is a wide receiver 1 rest of the season? No. Is he even a wide receiver 2 rest of the season? No. But he is a very high upside flex play. So if you can go get this guy for some flex players while you can buy him low for maybe somebody like Jacoby Myers, who hasn't played yet tonight, so we'll have to see how that looks. But maybe somebody like Jacoby Myers, even if you can get a Hollywood Brown for him, that would be insane because we know Hollywood Brown's value is going to fall off a lot. So yeah, if you can buy Terry McLaurin low, this is definitely the time. I think he's still a great flex play the rest of the season. Brian Thomas is one of my favorite buy low players right now, coming off of 2 weeks where he's only averaging just right under 10 fantasy points. In these 2 contests, though, in week 1, he still had 7 targets, and in week 2, he had 12 targets. The volume's there. Some of these misses are on Trevor Lawrence. Some of them are on him, but their chemistry just doesn't seem to be there yet. And how could you expect it to? This is an entirely new offense, and Trevor Lawrence has so many new weapons. They're still trying to fill each other out. I'm sure by the mid-season that these 2 are going to be clicking and rolling. The talent is obviously still there, and he's still getting open very, very easily. Now, am I saying go out and trade your wide receiver 1 for him, like your Puka Nakuas, your Malik Neighbors, your Amon-Ra's? Obviously not. He's not worth those guys. But am I saying go out and try to buy low on somebody that's been playing better than him so far? Like, try to trade Zay Flowers for Brian Thomas. Yes, that would be the perfect trade to try to make. Now, do I think these players are going to be as good as we thought they were going to be coming into the season? Probably not for a lot of them. But do I still think they'll be better than their current price tag presumes? Yes, I do.